These are the images of the famous Wright brothers, who in early 1900s laid the foundation of the modern air travel. Almost 100 years later, in the early 2000s, Elon Musk did something similar with the aerospace industry when he founded SpaceX. Today he is as famous as a Hollywood star and notoriously known as the real-life Iron Man. Before SpaceX, Musk was a celebrity entrepreneur of Palo Alto, San Francisco. His two startups were Zip2, an internet version of the Yellow Pages, and X.com, an online payment system which was later renamed as PayPal. Musk earned around $190 million from the sale of these companies, which provided Musk with all the needed resources to pursue his childhood fantasies of space travel. In 2001, Elon Musk moved from San Francisco to Los Angeles, where NASA, US Air Force, and Boeing did their research and development. To revitalize public interest in Mars and space, Musk formed an organization named Life to Mars Foundation and brought an impressive list of scientists and engineers on board. Under this venture, Musk planned to produce oxygen on Mars by sending a robotic greenhouse to the Red Planet. To take this greenhouse to Mars, Musk needed an ICBM which he tried to buy from Russia. However, the deal failed because both the parties couldn't agree on the price of the rockets. On their way back from the last Russian meeting, Musk estimated that they can make the rockets themselves and far cheaper than what the Russians were charging them. The possibility of developing cheaper rockets made the idea of space exploration realistic. In June 2002, Musk founded SpaceX to materialize his vision of space travel. He hired a team of brilliant engineers to build a low-cost rocket that would carry small satellites for both commercial and governmental clients. The primary mission of SpaceX was to make space travel safer, affordable, and eventually make humans a multiplanetary species. To achieve this goal, most of the parts of the first rocket, Falcon 1, were built in-house. The Falcon 1 was a two-stage rocket. The two stages or part of the rockets are stacked on each other. After the launch, the first stage burns all of its fuel, is detached from the main body and discarded. The second stage then takes the spacecraft further into space and eventually is also detached and discarded, and the spacecraft flies independently to its destination. The first deadline to launch Falcon 1 was May 2003, but building a cheap rocket from the ground up was a difficult task. Between 2006 and 2008, SpaceX made 3 attempts to send Falcon 1 to orbit. Unfortunately, all of them failed. SpaceX had lost 3 rockets and with it burnt most of the cash available to the company. The fourth launch was the last that SpaceX and Musk could afford, and its success was necessary to keep SpaceX in business. Finally, on September 28, 2008, Falcon 1 reached orbit successfully. The cost of a single Falcon 1 rocket was about $6 million, while the total cost of Falcon 1 project was about $90 million. Falcon 1 was retired the next year and was replaced by Falcon 9, which besides being more powerful, was also a partially reusable launch vehicle. The first stage of this rocket didn't simply fall into the ocean. Instead, once the first stage is detached, it flips over, adjusts its trajectory, re-enters the Earth's atmosphere, and makes a precise vertical landing on Earth. The rockets are then reused multiple times, thus significantly reducing the cost of sending payload to space. Rocket reusability was the central key in Musk's plan to make space travel affordable and colonize the Red Planet. But like the launch of the Falcon 1, the retrieval of Stage 1 of the Falcon 9 rocket wasn't an easy task, and SpaceX lost a number of Stage 1 rockets while landing them safely back on Earth. On April 8, 2014, SpaceX successfully landed the Stage 1 of the Falcon 9, and for the first time in the history of aerospace industry, a part of a rocket was successfully retrieved. Between 2014 and 2020, the company successfully landed the first stage of the rockets more than 50 times. With reusability, Falcon 9, which costs around $300 million to build and another $61 million to launch, became the cheapest launch system in the industry. SpaceX has further developed Falcon Heavy with 3 Falcon 9 Stage 1 boosters. The Falcon Heavy can carry 200% additional payload than the Falcon 9. Falcon Heavy can also carry out manned missions to Moon and Mars. With all these developments, the per kg cost of sending payload to space has reduced by a factor of 10. But to make regular low-cost trips to Mars, SpaceX is developing a fully reusable launch system called Starship. Almost all the parts of the Starship are fully recoverable and can carry 100 passengers to Mars. Further, these parts can be reused at least 100 times. SpaceX has projected that Starships each launch may cost as low as $2 million. Musk believes that the Starship could make its first flight to Mars by 2022, with people flying to the Red Planet as early as 2024 and establish a long-term human presence there by 2028. If these targets are achieved, Elon Musk will be able to overcome some of the major hurdles that so far prevented humans from becoming an interplanetary species. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll meet next week with a new video. Until then, goodbye.